Welcome back. You're listening to the Home and Health Show here on WMUZ 103.5 The Light. I'm Chris Ayotte, your host this morning, joined by our friends and guests from RC Heating and Cooling. They are the co-owners of the company, Eric Kermis and Kaylajoy, a.k.a. HVAC Barbie. Thank you so much again for being with us, guys. I mean, we're coming into the summer season here. Father's Day weekend, before you know it, it's going to be July 4th weekend. There's graduation parties. There's outdoor barbecues. It's going to get hot. It's going to get muggy. We're going to be running the AC probably on a continual basis in some cases. Some of us leave the windows, screen doors open, don't realize the system's on. But I got to tell you, consumers today are very concerned about their utility bills and the price of energy and inflation in covering the bills. The last thing they want to have to spend money on is replacing their AC and furnace system because they weren't maintaining it properly. So there's a lot of things to think about during this season, isn't there, Kayla?
Absolutely. So we already know that when we go to the grocery store, we're losing hundreds of dollars compared to last year, right? So having that door open while you're running the air conditioner during the summer season when it's hot and muggy outside is the worst because you can't see that money that you're losing. You can feel it though because it gets real muggy on the inside of your home and things like that. And you're just no longer comfortable with the windows open and the air consistently running and trying to dehumidify your home and make sure you're not wet or anything like that. But yeah, so maintenance. I'm always preaching maintenance to everybody. Anytime I can tell them to maintenance their system, I'm telling them. It also saves energy. It saves money. And that's my biggest thing. At RC, we love saving people money. We love educating people, letting them know that, hey, let us come out the one time. Let's show you how to do it. And in the future, when we do our 2 times a year, you can do it in between.
So there's things that people can do to kind of help themselves, help their systems in their homes, and maybe it depends on the age of the system, that they can prolong the life of their system in their home for heating and cooling. A lot of cooling, Eric, this time of year during the summer. Do people run the AC too hard on average, or are there ways that they can just kind of help the system be more efficient?
So maintenance will always help it be more efficient. The biggest one will be changing the filter inside the furnace usually in the basement or wherever the air handler may be.
But not only just in the winter. Your furnace or your filter needs to be replaced if you have animals 1 to 3 times, like every month. If you have a bunch of animals, every 3 months is fine, but definitely every 6 months. Don't leave it in there and forget it.
I would say 90 days is the absolute
every
max.
3 months, yeah.
Yeah. So 4 times a year you should be changing your filter.
Yep. And then making sure the condenser outside is clean and clear of debris. It's not obstructed. No fences around them, no boxes, no dog cages or anything like that. So there's enough air getting into there. And then when you guys maintenance the unit outside, what's some things that you guys do specifically?
This year I've noticed a lot of trees and shrubs growing into the unit. Vines and other things that can actually get into the coils and just wreak havoc in there. And also, the manufacturer wants 10 inches of clearance at bare minimum, most manufacturers, on every side of the unit.
So they're trying to cover it because they think it's ugly, right? But all it's doing is creating higher energy bills because it's not working as efficiently as it's supposed to.
Right. There's not enough airflow around it. And again, you're kind of choking the system. You're probably putting an early death on your AC and furnace system, which you don't want. I mean, nobody wants to spend $10,000 to replace their system these days,
Absolutely
Kayla.
not. That's the reason why they go out into the field and they educate these customers and they tell them, hey, you can't keep that shrub that close. Plants grow. And when they grow and you have something in their way that doesn't move, it's going to grow into it. Mother Nature does not, it doesn't matter, right? And so what that's going to do is going to break down that system. If we don't come out and do maintenance, or if you don't have maintenance done, how are you going to know that there is a vine inside of your unit? You're not going to know until you have to call us on a 100-degree day and wait hours or days for us to come out there and tell you, hey, PMs, preventative maintenance, would have stopped this way in advance. So now you either have a really high repair bill, or you have to replace it depending on what really happened.
Yeah, and with your maintenance plans, obviously with the offers that you have, and even the $500 discount that you're offering to our listeners today and through the end of June towards the replacement of their AC and furnace system, there are some things, Eric, that people can do that can prolong their system, that can create greater efficiency. I know a lot of people are concerned about the hike of utility bills, so they're watching probably closer this summer, how often they're running the AC. Maybe they're saying, okay, I don't need to have the house at 72, 74, 75 degrees. I might even have it a little bit higher than that because I don't want to pay because I've got my AC coming on every half hour. What can homeowners be thinking about?
So one thing that would help out with that is the utility bills will show you your usage from the previous years in the same month, and it'll also, you can look up the temperatures for that month too, because one might have been way hotter than the other. But that'll give you some insight if your system's not working as well as it should be. Some of the new thermostats, especially the Wi-Fi ones, will actually give you how many hours it's running. So you could see, well, my cooling has been running 10 hours today. That doesn't seem right. It's not that hot out. And then that could, give you a little bit of
more insight.
Yeah, and you can help the customer adjust the system, right?
Absolutely.
So that it's not running as hard. This is, again, another proof point of maintaining your system.
So what a lot of customers don't know is when they're designing the systems, they don't design them, in Michigan, I should say, because every climate region's different, they don't design them for 100-degree days. They design for the a little above average. So if we designed an AC system and put it in a house for the 100-degree days, when it's 70 degrees, it's going to short cycle and not run as long as it should. You actually want it to run a little bit longer sometimes, because the longer it runs, the more humidity it's pulling out of the house. And that's what really makes you feel hot and sticky.
And what short cycle means is stop, go, stop, go, stop, go, which it's doing. It's pulling energy. Pulling energy, stopping energy, pulling energy, stopping energy. So that's where you get higher energy bills versus a more efficient unit. If it runs a little bit longer during those high humid and temperature days, that's okay. It's your system's not broken because it doesn't stop running. And we sometimes do get a lot of those calls. Well, it's not stopped, and the question is your thermostat maintaining temperature? Is it high or is it cold? And they're like, well, it's right on. The big number matches the little number, and that's exactly what you want.
So you don't want the unit to be going on and off continuously because it's putting too much of an onus on the system.
Correct.
I mean, how many years are people kind of sucking out of their system that should be lasting? You said, some 15 to 20 years, but it could be 10 to 15 or even less because they're just working the system or overworking it during the summertime.
Yeah, so it's not uncommon on those hot days for the system to run all day long. That's just how it's going to be on those hot days. And
so when it does run on those hot days, and let's just say that you haven't had preventative maintenance and you have a bush sitting around it, it might stop, or it might continue to run, or when it's supposed to stop in the middle of the night, it doesn't run or it doesn't stop. It keeps running. So all of that, and with a Wi-Fi thermostat and all of this things that we're talking about right now, will help save money and time with that preventative maintenance and making sure that that you're keeping up on everything.
Yeah, I mean, just hearing the two of you makes me want to get my system maintained properly throughout the year. I want to prolong my system for as long as possible, and I want to make sure that I'm running it efficiently during the summertime, knowing that we put really kind of a great stress on the system with the AC, knowing it's going to be hot during the summertime. And I don't want to have to replace the system right in the heat of the summer and then, like you say, go days at a time because we weren't planning ahead of time. You're offering a $500 discount to our listeners this morning for anyone who needs their AC and furnace system replaced. That's good until the end of June. You also have some great maintenance plans, Kayla.
Yeah, absolutely. We have 3 different maintenance plans that we offer, and they are monthly plans. So you set it and forget about it, kind of like your Netflix. And we are offering 15% off of those different levels. You can do from as low as $22 a month all the way up to $52 a month. And they will set and forget, so you won't ever have an issue with us not doing maintenance.
And being able to show the homeowners what it is they can do to help run their system efficiently over the summer, and most importantly, save money on those utility bills. Folks, you can learn more at rcheatcool.com. Again, that's rcheatcool.com. Or give Eric and Kayla a call right now at 586-991-5990. That's 586-991-5990. We'll continue here on the Home and Health Show on WMUZ 103.5 The Light, Detroit made Bible strong.